Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. So today is actually going to be the start of my Carnival series makeup looks. So throughout this whole series, I'm going to be creating several makeup looks for you guys that are Carnival inspired. And what that means basically is it's going to be very colorful, very out there, very, rhinestone, the whole Carnival look. If you guys did not know, I am originally from Trinidad and Tobago, and our Carnival season has basically started. Even though Carnival is until February, Carnival always starts right after New Year's Day in Trinidad. So this is just going to be a series of looks based on that. So now that you guys know what's going on, let me just explain to you guys what I'm doing. So I'm starting off with her brows. I always start off with the eyes first, hence why I'm doing the brows first, especially for Carnival looks, just to ensure I don't get like glitter in my foundation or anything like that. Plus, the focus of the series is really the eyes. I could care less about the skin in this series. As you guys see later on in the video, like, it's just, I didn't do much with her face at all. So I'm just taking Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the color Chocolate and the brush to go with it. I believe it's number 12, also from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just shading in her eyebrows. The way I shade in my eyebrows is I do like little strokes, kind of like little hairs, until it is filled in to how I want it. Alright guys, now we're just going to clean up underneath the brows. I start with underneath first and then I do on top when I'm doing my foundation. I'm using LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. This is one of my favorite shades. It works with so many skin complexions so well. It is just one of my faves. I definitely recommend you guys picking it up. It is a OG. It's like $3-4, probably like $5 some places. Like, it's very cheap, very affordable. Alright, now I'm going to go in with this blending brush. I'm going to put the name on the screen because I actually don't have my brushes on me while I'm editing at the moment. I'm going to put the name of the brush on the screen, but this is my favorite brush to blend anything out. Like any type of thick concealer, this is your brush. It is really thick. It is like, it kind of looks like the top of a jumbo crayon. Like, that's the shape of the top, so it just gets up in them creases. It just blends everything out seamlessly. It is my favorite. Now I'm just going to be taking the same LA Girl Pro Concealer, but not in the shade Fawn. I believe I took the shade Warm Honey. It's just a bit lighter, just to make the colors that I'm going to use today really pop. Some people use like a white base. I personally don't like to do that. That's just a personal reference, not like any specific reason. It works out well for me. I've never had any problems with using concealer as my base. Another base I'd really recommend is the P. Louise base. I think you get it at Sephora. I've used it before. I really like it, but those are first like really like dramatic looks for me. Like it's not like, calm. All right, so next we are going to be going in with the James Charles by Morphe palette. We're going to be going in with the color Skip. That's the really hot pink shade in the bottom right hand corner. And we're just going to go in like a little above her crease and in her crease and just kind of pack and blend that out. Like pack it on, then blend it out, pack it on, blend it out until you get the color payout that you want. Because it starts off first, it's gonna have the pigmentation that you see on the palette, but it's not really gonna like pop unless you really pack it on. And I suggest like packing and blending at the same time. Therefore, you don't waste a lot of shadow because it like flies everywhere. All right, so as soon as I'm done blending with this, I'm gonna go in with the shade Love That, and that's just gonna help me start to darken my crease. Like that's gonna help with the process. It once you like start going down, how do I explain it? Once you start going in with colors that are closer to the color that you want to get to, like it automatically creates that gradient effect. Am I explaining that right? I hope I'm explaining that in a way that you guys understand. Like if you're trying to get to a darker color from a bright ass color, you have to like go down the line. You can't just slap that on. No, it's not gonna look right. Get what I'm saying? I think you guys get what I'm saying. So going back to that, what is going on outside? So going back to that gradient effect that I said we wanted, we're going to go in with the shade Escape, and then we're just going to continue to darken our crease. So we're just going to keep on blending those three colors in together seamlessly and just creating that perfect gradient effect. Now in a second, you guys are gonna see me take Escape and Spooky. That's the black shade. And we're gonna continue to deepen that crease. As I said, we have to make it a gradient effect. So you don't wanna just lay the colors on one by one and expect it to blend. You have to literally work your way down in colors. So that is just going to create that, really dramatic effect that I wanted. And we're going to keep on blending. Remember to keep blending all your colors together. Like as you go shade to shade, just make sure they're blending, okay? All right, guys. So now that that is blended to how I want it to be, I'm going to go in with LA Curl Pro Concealer again, but again in the shade Warm Honey, and I'm just going to start to cut her crease. Now, Sydney has like really protruded eyelids, So her cut crease always has to be like a good ways above where her actual crease is, else everything is just gonna crease into her actual eyelid, if you guys get what I'm saying. So I had to cut like really, really high up, and you will have to do that with some people. Everybody has like different eye shapes and all that. So some people's crease will be smaller, some people's crease will be bigger. Also, guys, I forgot to tell you this. I am not cutting her crease all the way to the end. I'm just cutting it a little more than halfway across her eyelid. Now, here's a little quick tip for you guys. If you guys ever mess up your cut crease and like it becomes uneven or anything, you could just take like a small wing liner brush with the eyeshadow that you used in the crease and just go in and just sharpen it up, you know, make it like perfect again. All right, now I'm going in with the shade Pinkity Drinkity from the palette. This is optional. I just put it because I thought it would have showed up better, but it didn't. So again, this is optional. Then in the same place where we cut the crease, we're going to go in with the NYX glitter primer. This is my favorite primer for glitter. It gives like the perfect consistency for the glitter to just stick on and stay in place, which is very important. You want to make sure you find a primer that does not slide around your eye, and this works perfectly. Now you want to make sure that when using the glitter primer, you do it in a very thin layer, because you want that layer to sort of almost be drying as you apply to the rest of your eye. So right after you apply the glitter primer, you're just going to go in with your glitter and start to apply it right away so it could dry and really set the glitter inside while it's drying. Oh, and I forgot to tell y'all, I will leave the names and the companies where I got all the different glitters I use, because I actually mixed like 3 different glitters to get this color. So I will leave that in the description box below, I promise. y'all, this is where it gets a little confusing, so just bear with me while I try and attempt to explain this to you guys. So I'm taking that dark purple shade that you just saw me take, mixed in with the black, and I'm just gonna go in and sort of blend out while darkening the outer crease. Does that even make any sense? Y'all, hopefully y'all are visual learners. I really pray to God y'all are visual learners, because I am, and I can't explain nothing for shit. So I hope y'all really understand. If y'all have any questions, y'all can always leave it in the comments down below. But I hope I explained that in a way that y'all understood it. So my camera cut off right there, but basically what I'm going to be doing is doing the same thing I did on the right eye, on the left eye, just darkening up the crease, blending everything out, making sure everything is, seamless. So what y'all see me doing here is just dusting off any excess glitter that fell onto her face, so when I'm ready to apply her primer, I don't have to worry about dusting it off and all that. Okay, now I'm going in with NYX liquid liner in black, of course. And I'm just going to be doing my liner. I apologize for the camera angles, okay? I'm working on it. But I'm just going to be doing her liner. I'm not going to be doing, too much of a dramatic wing. And then afterwards, I'm going to be taking the NYX Vivid Brights in the lavender shade. And I'm just going to be doing a line right on top of that. I think I can do this makeup shit. Hold on. Bitch! I gotta go. You guys hear me somewhere? Hi, my sugar, but I wanted to show you what I did. Look! I'm not even done. That's just the eyes. No lashes, nothing. Period! Who you know? Yeah, I gotta flip the camera so you can really see. You know what I'm saying? And I pay it! 7 looks, you know? Yes, bro! Yeah, period. Period. All right, friend, you could go back to sleep. I'm trying to
ain't never seen nobody so damn high.
Now I'm going to be using this mascara from MAC just to coat her lashes before I actually put on the actual lashes. I don't know the name. If I could find it, I'll put it in the description box along with everything else. But yeah. Alright, y'all, this is one of the lash styles from me and Kayla's lash line. Alright, Boss Girl Cosmetics coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This is not the packaging. Don't try to play this. This is not the packaging. They ain't gonna be here. Alright, y'all, I don't know what we talking about here, but I'm just applying the lashes and they look so pretty. Like, they're so fluffy and soft and full. Like, they're so much better than I expected them to be. Like, I love them. Now I'm going to be taking the Fenty mattifying primer and the Real Techniques, I think it's the complexion sponge. I think they have like two different types of sponges now, but I think that's the complexion sponge. And I'm just going to be dapping that into her skin. Now we're just going to go in with a mixture of the concealer I used for underneath her brow bone as well as her foundation color. And I'm just going to use that to clean up the top of her brows. Now I'm just gonna be going back in and just fixing up her brows, like fixing any imperfections that I see. And I know it looks kind of crazy right now. I know the concealer mixed with the foundation looks a little too light, but we're just gonna blend it all in later on. Keeping in mind that this video does not pay attention, like I do not really pay attention to like the foundation and stuff. Like, yes, it matches, yes, it looks flawless, but it is not like is not the point of the video, so I did not focus on like foundation and making everything perfect. Now I'm just going to be dotting the foundation all over her face, and then I'm going to use the same Real Techniques complexion sponge just to blend it all out. Okay, now I'm just going to be taking the same concealer that I used underneath her brow bone and actually go underneath her eye and just start to conceal any dark circles or any dark marks or anything. And I'm also going to use it to clean up my eyeliner. Like any little mistakes I see I did with my eyeliner, I'm just going to use the concealer to clean it all up and make it look sharp. Just a quick apology to you guys. The camera cuts off a lot right now. Like it's gonna cut off now. And I'm so sorry about that. I record on my phone, so anytime I get like a call or anything, the camera would cut off and all that. You know how it works. So what you guys missed while I didn't realize the camera was cut off was I contoured her nose. You guys saw the end of me blending it out. And now we're just gonna go in with Laura Mercier mixed with Dermablend powder, and we're going to be just lightly, not really baking, but lightly baking, because it's a little too much to not be considered bacon. Now we're just gonna go in with a black radiance powder. I'll put the name somewhere on the screen. It's a foundation powder, I believe. And this was a little bit too muddy for her skin, and I kind of regretted putting it on afterwards, but it didn't look too bad, and it's still I blended it out in the ending. So now what you guys see me doing here is taking those shadows that we used on the eyelid, and I'm just creating like a ombre effect underneath her eye. I end up putting that hot pink shade all over the bottom, like the whole of her under eye, and then I used the purple and I blended it out at the end. Going back in with the palette again, but in the color Sister, I'm going to be going underneath her brow bone, just highlighting lightly, and also in her inner tear duct and highlighting lightly. Now I'm just gonna go in and dust away all that powder. Again, I will be putting all the brushes that I use, the names of all the brushes I use, in the description box below, and I'm just gonna be dusting away all that powder that I put on earlier. Don't mind us, y'all. We have issues. We're just crazy. That's just us. Now going in for the last time with this palette in the same shade that we used to highlight our brow bones and inner tear ducts, we're just gonna highlight the, I guess, the highest point in your cheekbones. I think that's what you call it. That's where I highlight. Now I'm going to go back in with the eyeliners that we used earlier, and I'm just going to clean up any mistakes that I made, make the lines sharper, more like vivid, because after a while the NYX Vivid Brights cracks, so I just filled in any cracks that I saw coming up or anything like that. Now I'm going to go in with these stickers that I found on Amazon. I'm going to have the link to it down below. I think they came like 12 in a pack with glitters for like $15. It was super affordable and they looked really, really nice. Like, they're so pretty. They all have like different patterns and different designs, different colors. Like, they're not all the same. They all don't go in the same places on your face. Like, some of them are for like the middle of your forehead, the bottom of your face, like stuff like that. They're super pretty. Tip I recommend doing is either taking hair glue or eyelash glue and just adding it to where the adhesive already is, because they do stick. I didn't add any extra glue when I applied it to Sydney because we weren't going anywhere. We were just recording this video because we were bored. But if you want it to last a long time, I suggest using an extra layer of glue on the back, and it should stay for a really long time. Now, why she getting tight is because I'm adding more glitter to her face, like just in between the stickers, just to make them glow and glisten a little more, especially if you have like a light that's gonna be like shining on your face or reflect against the light. It'll look really, really pretty. She was just tight about all the glitter everywhere. Now I'm going in with another highlighter. This is from Wet n Wild, I believe. I'm gonna have the link either in the description bar or on the screen. Now we're going in with lips. I'll also have the name to this. I think it's from NYX, the name of this liquid lipstick. I believe it's from NYX. I'll have the name also in the description box below. I like this lip combo, and then I didn't like it, and then I liked it again. It was halfway there for me. I felt like I could have like chose another color, but it still came out pretty nice in the ending. now to finish off the look, I'm going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. I love the setting spray so much. It feels so light on your face, like you don't even feel anything. It makes your skin look so refreshed. Like, it's one of my favorites. I said, y'all don't mind us. We're crazy. But this is the final look. I loved how it came out. I can't wait to record more looks like this. I'm actually gonna be recording today. I know this video did not go up when I said it would, but I'm so sorry, y'all. I love y'all either way.